All right. What a nightmare. I always say we're going to get this live, right? And it just never works. Never works, does it, guys? All right. Let's see here. Let me bring up the chat so I can see everybody. All right. Let everybody get in. We're going to do the free giveaways. We're going to do 2 of them. And I think I got the orientation right this time. Last time we did a live, was it last week or week before? I forgot to hit horizontal. So I was streaming vertically the entire time. And I think you guys were trying to tell me that. I went to go start the live at 7 o'clock. I was actually early tonight. And if you don't hit public, it doesn't go live. It was, for some reason, it was set as unlisted. So I'm sitting here talking to nobody. Couldn't find the chat, couldn't find anything. So we'll give it a little bit of time here and get people in. Like I said, we're going to do the giveaways on these 2 axes here, which you guys were talking to me about last video, the JXE, JXO throwing tomahawks here. We've got 2 of them. We're going to do 2 giveaways, and we got new handles to give to you guys. Also, we got an axe drop. Got 2 new axes I'm going to show you guys that someone said, hey, check out this company. And I said, okay, I will. And I checked it out, and they looked like they were really cool. I'm interested in the steel type that they are made of to see how well they're going to hold up as far as their bit quality and just overall rigidity and how hard that I throw. I'm interested to see how these bits are going to perform. So I got 2 of them from the same company, and we're going to go over that as well. Anything else you guys want to talk about, we can talk about today. Pretty much open it up to whatever you guys want to discuss. We can do whatever you guys want. Also, too, I've got some axe sharpening stuff I want to show you guys, too. Some new ones that came in. Got a bunch of those as well we can discuss. If you guys haven't seen it, go back and watch the last video, the Sharp Haul video, the face-off. I did a video on that one. Hey, what's up, Long Rider? He said, greetings from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Is it cold there yet? I bet it is. It's cold here. It's colder than normal anyway. So I bet you're probably a lot colder than I am. So I kind of did this as a last minute thing. I probably should have given you guys somewhat of a notice. I'm not good at scheduling things sometimes. I kind of get a whim, and like I told you guys before, my work schedule's crazy. Literally day to day. I know I work tomorrow morning, and that's it. I'll find out Thursday tomorrow afternoon. Odd. It is very odd. Hey, what's up, Robert? From Knoxville, Tennessee. Ooh, Tennessee. You know, me and the wife. The wife has family that lives in Tennessee. I can't remember the name. Was it White House? I think it's called White House. My brother-in-law, if you guys don't know, that was a mead bottle. Oops. I got mead bottles all up here. My brother-in-law has a YouTube channel, and he lives in Tennessee, and he does. I was going to give him a shout out on a future video. He does liquor parties and like liquor tasting, different whiskeys and stuff. And I cannot remember the name of his channel, but what'd you say? Whitehall? Yeah, I think it's Whitehall. I think that's where he lives, in Whitehall. But I'll be honest with you guys, I'm hoping I don't have to work very much longer. And I'm out of Virginia. This state is just getting worse and worse. I know some people love it. I'm not a big fan of it. I've lived here most of my life, other than when I was in the military and I moved to other states. No snow yet. Long Rider said no snow yet. He says it's just cold enough to wear a wintertime helmet when I went out. Yeah, I used to ride. I used to have all kinds of different bikes. I've had crotch rockets. The last bike I had was a 84. It was a Harley 84. Is it called a Fat Bob? FXEF shovel head motor. I put a Springer front end on it. I got a picture of it somewhere. That thing was awesome. Moved back to Virginia and nobody knows how to drive here, and I kind of wanted to continue to live, so I got rid of all my motorcycles, but I've had quite a few. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, we're looking at possibly moving to Tennessee at some point in time when I retire. I don't know where, but either Tennessee or Florida. I've lived in Florida before. I was actually stationed in Florida. So when is that Patreon coming? I don't know, man. I feel bad. I'm just being honest. I do this as a hobby, and I'll be honest. I hate that. I'll just be honest. I don't like doing it, but if I could bring in some money to the channel, I'm just being honest. I make good money. I'm not gonna lie. I do make good money, but I got 4 kids too, so I'm not hurting. But it would help the channel out because there's some stuff. I've been looking at a Spyderco axe. If you guys don't know who Spyderco is, I actually didn't even know they did axes or hatchets. I know all about Spyderco and their knives, but I found out they did hatchets. I'd love to get one of those guys, but gosh, you're talking about, the hatchets are just as expensive as the knives are. But I'd love to get some stuff like that. I've had a lot of you really wanting me to do some great axes, and I'd love to do it, but I kind of got a budget, and some of these axes kind of take up a lot of my budget if I was to go into one of those expensive ones. But I'm not opposed to it. I just got to get some stuff going, how all that works. Hey, Brad said, how's everybody doing? I'm glad you guys are showing up. That's cool. A comment with a hub motor on the front wheels. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I remember when I had a crotch rocket back in the day when I lived in North Carolina. I'd travel from North Carolina in the Elizabeth City area up here to Chesapeake, Norfolk area for work. And I was about an hour drive every morning. And man, I remember those days. And I used to ride my bike in the middle of winter. And the only thing I could never get warm was my hands. I don't know didn't matter what gloves I wore. I could never get my hands warm enough. I had leather on, jackets, vents closed on my helmets, all that, but I could never get my hands warm. So annoying. Do you work for the government? No, I used to. I used to be a contractor. I used to do contracting work for the government. But now I do logistics. I work on the port of Virginia. So I work on the railroad part of the port, ships, railroads, container ships that come in. That's what I do. So my grandfather did it. My dad and uncle both did it and retired. My dad retired in 2010, and now me and my brother have been out there now for 11, almost 12 years. Yeah, it's a great job, but the schedule sucks. But you can kind of make your own schedule at times when you get some seniority. It's really hard to explain, but it has its perks and then it has its downfalls too. So just, it really depends on what kind of life you want to live. I was kind of hoping that at some point in time, I could go more part-time if this thing ever picked up for me. I could do more part-time there and still make pretty good money and then be able to do this too. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, hopefully, in the future. And I'm not in any rush, guys. It is what it is. So, but if you guys haven't noticed or not, ever since my 200-foot axe throw, I've been a little silent. I put out a few videos here and there. I've kind of been taking it off. Elbow's a little worn out from that day. It is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna keep that from y'all. Elbows took a toll on that day, which is weird. I never have elbow issues ever. It's always in the front of my shoulder, but I got elbow issues, and I went back and watched that video again. Me and my son did, and I noticed that I was my technique and my mechanics during that video were horrible. And it was because I told you guys I warmed up with a baseball. And if you go back and watch that video and slow it down, you'll see when I'm coming over with the axe, I was doing this. I was literally rotating my hand over, and it just put a lot of stress on my elbow. Bad mechanics. And that's on me that day. Shouldn't have warmed up with a baseball. And my elbow, it's popping right now. So I'm almost good. I think maybe probably another week and I'll be okay to throw. I did throw about 2 days ago. I went outside and threw the mossy oak hatchet. Me and my oldest daughter were out there throwing the other day. I can't put her on YouTube. She's too young. But her and I were out there throwing. And I got her. She's 10. And she was hitting double rotations with the mossy oak hatchet. So I'm hoping that I can get her on TikTok. I don't know why, but TikTok will let me put my younger kids on, but YouTube's not having it. They don't like that. I'm looking for a new tomahawk axe since I'm not going to buy any more knives. Well, you guys want to get into what I got? Let's get into some new axes that I got. Okay, so you guys were asking me to buy axes here and there. I love it. Keep it coming. Give me recommendations. I want to review. I don't always want to review axes that I want to review. I want to review axes that you guys want. So please, go into the comment section. I will say, guys, if you go into a really old video, I'm not checking videos from 6 months ago, the comment section. So either go into the last video that dropped. I don't care if it's got anything to do with that video or not. Go into the last video that's dropped and be like, hey, Wes, check this axe out, or send me an email. My email's in any one of my video descriptions. Check out some axes. Well, I've actually had a couple people, and I finally was like, okay, I'm going to buy them. Knives of the North. I don't know if you guys know who Knives of the North is, but they do knives, of course, but they also do hatchets and axes, and all their axes are friction fit, tomahawk style. So I got 2 of them, okay? And I'll show you guys the first one I got, which is the bearded Viking axe. And they said that it is basically a replica of a archaeological find. I believe it was in Gotland. So they basically did a recreation of this Viking bearded axe. Pretty cool. The handles are a little thin. They remind me of the Francisca handle from Condor. So they are a little thin. That was the first thing I noticed when I put it in my hand. And I feel like they're a little too long. I think about probably like right in here and we'll be good. So I believe these are coming in at 18 inches or 19 inches, I think. But they're made from 410 stainless steel. That's why that was another reason why I got them, because I like working with different steel types. 410 stainless steel. So I did notice that. Now, just to give you guys a little bit of a check here and looking, if you guys can see that or not. I'm sure you can see it because I saw it too. It's sitting like this. Okay, so we do have the forging's a little bit messed up. Okay, it's throwable, and I can fix the bit a little bit to try to push it back. But when you look at it from this way here, you can see it. It's like drooping over. Another thing that I noticed with this one too is, if you guys can't see it or not, there's a huge hole in here going all the way to here. Now, I think I have enough to fill that hole in, but it's not going to leave me very much up at the top. I mean, I'm going to be sitting like right here. So I think it's good from left to right. It's just in the front, there's a big gap, and on the bottom. So I'm going to throw it the way it is. I'm not going to mess with it because I don't think I'm going to be able to I'm not going to have much left over. So there's that one. The next one was really cool. I thought it was cool. It's the Iroquois from the Native American tribe, Iroquois tribe. This one's really cool. If you guys take a look at it, it's got some markings on the axe head, which is really cool. You guys can see that or not. It's on both sides. It's got some detail work down here where the beard's at, and even on the pole, it's got some detail work too. Not bad at all. This one fits awesome. I've got no space at all, and I've got a ton of room up there. So there's that. Now, I will tell you, depending on the axe that you get from them, there's 2 different kinds. They make them in rounded handles and teardrop. Both of these are teardrop. You don't get a choice. It's the axe head design, the eye. Some of them are round and some of them are teardrop. So those are both teardrop. They feel really good in the hand, similar to the Francisca axe. So, that first axe you showed is a replica of the Nordland Type C axe. I have one in 5160 tool steel. Yeah. And he said you can use cold steel tomahawk handles for that axe. Yeah, I mean, it looks just like you probably could. You definitely could. But they're just real thin. But I'm interested. I mean, they feel good in the hand. They do. I think this one, the Iroquois axe is definitely lighter. This one's a little bit heavier. I think this one's coming in at almost 2 pounds. And I think this one was 17 or 18 ounces, or somewhere around in there. It's a little over a pound and 4 ounces, I think. This one's a little heavier. But you do get a way bigger bit on the Viking axe here. So that's really cool too. I think they'll be fun to throw. I do like the Iroquois axe a little better for me. I will say it feels like the weight's a little bit more balanced. This one here, guys, of course, is all the weight's going to be, all the weight's going to be in the bit, which I do like. So we'll have to throw them and see how well they do. Those are 2 that came in. I've got 2 other ones on order that I can't wait to get. They're going to be awesome too. I think you guys will really like them. One was a recommendation from one of you. The other was one that I found that I forgot about. And I was like, I have no idea why I haven't reviewed this yet. And it's pretty popular. You guys will like it, I think. What about an American Tomahawk Company Model 1? Ooh, or the Model 2. I've been looking at both of those. Yep. They're about $189 to $200 and some dollars. I looked at both of them the other day. The American Tomahawk Company, which is really cool. It was started by a Marine, I believe, that served in World War II. And he made those axes. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could have my history wrong, but I'm going to try here. I believe he made those for throwing tomahawks in Vietnam. And then I believe RJ Tactical took over. The guy who made the CRKT Jenny Wren, or designed the CRKT Jenny Wren for CRKT. I could be wrong, but I think I'm correct on that. Yeah, I've been looking at both of those too. Interesting, on their website, I didn't really do a deep dive, but on their website, their handles, I believe, are nylon. They look really cool. But when I got onto Amazon, they have hickory handles for some of them. So I don't know if those are, I know there's a lot of counterfeit stuff on Amazon. So they could come with hickory handles. I'd like to get both. I'd like to get one with a hickory handle and one with a nylon handle and compare them and see how well they fly. Yeah, HB Forge. I actually have one of their internet pages up on my phone, on my iPhone. I've got like 20 pages open, and about 18 of them are axes. And HB Forge is one. They make this really long one. I forgot what it's called. It's got a huge bit on it. It looks like a hewing axe, but I don't think they call it a hewing axe, but I'd love to throw that thing. That thing looks medieval as hell. I think it'd be fun to get into. And they've got some other stuff too. Some tomahawks, friction fit style axes and stuff like that, which I'm definitely going to get into HB Forge. That's something else that's on the list as well. They have nylon and wood handles. Yeah. I saw that on their website they had nylon, but then on Amazon I saw they had wood. So I think what I'll do is maybe I'll do like a Model 1 in wood and then a Model 2 with nylon, and I'll get both. And we'll test both of them and see how well they do. They look awesome. I really like the design. And I believe, I could be wrong about this, but I believe that the gentleman who served in World War II, I can't remember what his name is, but I believe he's Native American. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I'm pretty sure he is. From what I remember reading. I've got too much axe information in the brain that sometimes they overlap with one another. So there's that. So what'd you guys think of the Sharpaw, the face-off? Did you guys watch that video? If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. Sharpaw was pretty decent. I just happened to go to my woodworking store because I was I may or may not have been looking at some exotic wood to make an axe handle with. They have all kinds of exotic woods there. Some really good wood. Really expensive too. But I was thinking about carving my own axe handle in a video, just starting with a piece of wood. And they've got some awesome wood in there. Beautiful wood. And I happened to stop by to check and see what they had there. And I went to the sharpening section and found that Sharpall. And I was like, man, people have been asking me to make sharpening videos. A lot of you have asked me about sharpening. So basically, the approach that I'm taking with these reviews of these axe sharpening pucks is I may not go about it the way that I normally would because I'm testing the puck. Sometimes I'll use files when I get gouges and whatever in my bits. Sometimes it's easier to use a file. But I'm using these pucks with the coarse side and the fine side to try to get the gouges out and stuff to see how well they do. So it's not really about if it's a good technique or not. It's more so about testing it to see if you can do it. And it's a hell of a lot easier if you're trekking around, backpacking or whatever, to take a puck than it is to throw 2 or 3 files in there too. Sometimes you don't have room for it. It's easier to use a puck. So that's kind of the way that I'm looking at it. Going in with gouges. Now, giving you guys a little bit of a look here at the Council Tool sharpening puck. This is going to be one of the ones that I review. Coarse side, fine side, and another one that I got, I've never heard before, but it had amazing reviews on Amazon. Bunch of people have bought them. There's a ton of them, which is the DDIF or the DDF IOHEF. You guys want to open it? We can. This thing got really good reviews. It wasn't too expensive. I think it was like $15. Comes with, I don't know if that's, looks like real leather. Smells like leather. Comes with a leather case. And then here's your puck inside here. Got a brown side and a off-white side. 320 and 180. So pretty coarse. Pretty coarse. But I'm interested to check it out and see how well it does. This got really good reviews on Amazon. I've never used the DDF IO Hef. I thought it was iChef when I first looked at it, but it's pretty sure that's not C. Long Rider said I use a Ken Onion Deluxe Work Sharp belt grinder attachment, but I do have a puck and a double-sided file that I use. Yeah, that's one thing too, guys, that I'm trying to decide. We're trying to decide if we're going to stay in this house anymore or not. I'm trying to decide if I want to stay here, if I want to go down to North Carolina. The border's like 10, 15 minutes away, and there's way more land down there, and it's not $1 million to have a couple acres like it is where I live. It's ridiculous here. Yeah, just to give you guys an idea, my house isn't much at all. It's very small, but we have a pretty big yard for the neighborhood. And I'm sure some of you have probably seen my house in some of my videos. It's nothing to, brag about. It's a small little house in this area, and there's no garage. And I'm like $400 and some thousand for it. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, I can go down to Carolina about 30, 45 minutes away and get land and almost a newer house for that price. So we're trying to decide what we're going to do. I bring that up to say that a lot of the tools that I want to use, I don't have a place to set them up. I don't have a garage yet. That's something that if we decide to stay, we're going to dump a bunch of money into the house. If we stay here, the idea is to build a garage in the back. A large metal garage, like one of those big metal ones. And it's going to be really cool. I'm going to make it kind of like a longhouse, a Viking longhouse. And it's going to be a little bit narrower, but longer. And I'm going to set up axe throwing inside of there. I thought it'd be really cool. I'm going to put some lanes to be able to even do double and triple rotations inside that garage. I'll decorate it. Set it all up so that way if it's raining or we can do some indoor stuff too. I really want to do that. It's just trying to manage things right now and get around money-wise as far as what we're going to do, if we're going to stay here or not. That's kind of what we're looking at there. So I don't know. Time will tell. but I'll keep you guys updated on what our plans are and what we plan on doing. But that's kind of what we're doing right now. Do you guys want to go ahead and get into the free giveaways at 7:30? I started a little late. I said at the beginning of the video, I started the live and forgot to hit public, and I left it as unlisted. And I'm sitting here for like 5 minutes and no one joined, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I had to stop it, restart it again. We're trying here. We're trying. Long Rider said the Ken Onion Work Sharp is not huge and it's portable. Yeah, and I'm kind of running out of room in my shed. I do have a little bit of a belt sharpener. It's a very small one that I use sometimes on my axes. Depending on how thick the cheeks are. Sometimes I don't feel like sitting there forever and filing it. And sometimes I'll use that belt sander real quick, and then I always have a little bit of water sitting next to me because I don't want to ruin the tempering when I'm using it. Yeah, I mean, it'll get hot quick. So sometimes I'll use it depending on how thick the cheeks are, and sometimes I can get a really good edge with it to start with. Time saving, like I told you guys in my last video, I'm getting to the point where I hate sharpening axes. Sharpen so many. It's just, if I had like 3 axes and I used them every once in a while and I had to like sit there for 20 or 30 minutes and use my whetstone and be able to shave with, that's great. But, yeah, I got too many axes to sharpen. I just want to get it good and throw it. So, okay, so here's what we got going on with the free giveaways. We got 2, the JXE, JXO Tomahawks. And as you guys know, I told you I'm going to give you guys new handles. So we have new handles. I'll give you beach handles. They are beach. I don't know how well they are. Like I said, whoever wins, please come back and tell everybody how well these beach handles held up. If they did, if they didn't, I'm interested to know. Giving you guys a little bit of a homework assignment. Okay, so there's 15 of you. There's 15 of you that joined in the free giveaway. And what we're going to start doing is because I get so many messages and so many people actually saying it and implying that these giveaways are rigged. Okay. There's probably people in the chat right now that have won that'll tell you that they've never met me and they've never talked to me outside of YouTube. Anyway, so what we're going to do is to throw all the doubt out the window. We're just going to do the drawings on a live. Anytime I do an axe giveaway, we'll do them on live. And when I get around to making my Patreon, I'm going to do something really cool on Patreon. A lot cooler than I'm doing on YouTube, because you're putting in money at that point to watch my content. Not saying I don't give you all right now, but I'm going to go the extra mile on Patreon, and we're going to do way more giveaways on Patreon. I'll give away all kinds of stuff. I'm going to give away axe sharpening pucks. I'm going to give away axes. I'm going to give away cool little Viking baskets that I've been talking about making for like 2 years that we're trying to make. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff. So, axe sheaths, axe lanyards, all kinds of different stuff. It's going to be cool on Patreon because I can also go in depth a lot more with what I want to say and things I want to do. So I want to get into it with you guys with that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to spin the wheel live. We're going to do it twice. There's 15 of you. I've got my laptop pulled up. I had my laptop pulled up. What just happened here? Something just happened. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Something just like went all crazy. All right. So we got the laptop pulled up here. There it is. There it is. Okay, there's 15 of you. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into the wheel picker. And I'm going to just show it to you guys so that way you know. All right, so here we are. We have this wheel picker that I use. It's a free wheel picker. And there's 15 of you. How I do it is that I go into the comment section and I hit newest comment first. And then I start and count. If you didn't write axe into your comment, I'm not counting you as into the free giveaway. Like I say, you have to write axe into the comment section. And there's 15 of you. So here we are. We're going to do 15. We're going to go here. We're going to open it up. And let's just spin it. And this will be the first giveaway. The first one. And we got number 11. 11. Number 11, you are the winner of the first one. Okay. And I'm going to hit remove choice. And we will go to, let's see here. All right, we're going to go to the comments section here. And we're just going to count down. Number 11, right? And let's see here. 1, 2. 1, 2. How you doing? Guys, I'm so glad this isn't like 50 people, because this is, I got to figure out another way to do this. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. APX Predator. And he's got a picture of a predator. I guess is that Apex Predator? Short. Apex Predator, APX _ Predator. You are the winner of the first JXE JXO Tomahawk. Congratulations, my friend. And all right. And then we will go to the next one. We'll do the same thing again. And we'll just bring this up and we'll spin it again. All right. And let's open it up full screen here. And we're going to spin it one more time. And I'm not doing anything. We're just, hold on. Where the hell did 11 go? What the hell? You guys see that? 11's gone. That's okay. That's okay. He won. So we'll take him out. And we'll just spin it like this. All right, let's go. It's going to go to 12. Number 12. So let's figure out who number 12 is. All right, exit full screen. And let's see here. Sorry guys, we're gonna get a little bit better with this as we go. Number 12 is the winner. And let's see if what would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Robert Slaughter. Robert Slaughter, 9243. You are the winner of the second JXE JXO Tomahawk. Congratulations, my friend. And thanks for everybody that got into it. There is one more giveaway that we got that I keep forgetting about, which is my fault, which is the Sportsman's Hatchet by Estwing. In the next video, I'm going to, well, actually, we'll do the Sportsman's Hatchet next week on another live. I'll go into the video and call that out too. I keep forgetting about that, and that's my fault. So we'll do the giveaway on that as well. So congratulations, Apex Predator and Robert Slaughter. You two won these axes. Please throw them. Send me a video. Send me a picture like I tell everybody that wins giveaways from me. I want to see you guys throwing them. I want to see videos and pictures of you guys doing all this stuff. And like I said, all my giveaways are legit. I don't know Robert and I don't know Apex. I don't know them. So, but hopefully we'll get some videos and pictures of them throwing these axes that they won. And I'll come back and show you guys if they're cool with that. So, Robert said, I'll email you my address. Yeah, Apex and Robert, if you two can go into any one of my video descriptions, has my email address. Just email me. Free axe giveaway is the subject. So that way I know, because I get a lot of spam in there. And if I don't respond to you in the next 2 or 3 days, send me another one. Hey, Wes, did you get it? I could miss it. So I hope you guys enjoy those axes. They're pretty decent for the money. They're not the best things in the world, but you can throw them. And guys, like I said, these edges held pretty well. They really did. So there's that. We can kind of just open it up. If you guys want to talk about whatever, we can. You want to talk about anything, I'll probably stay on here till 8. It's 7:42. So we'll stay on here for another like 18 minutes. And if you guys want to chat about anything, we can. I don't know. You guys, we can talk about anything you want. Nothing's off topic here. I'm really shocked that no one's asked me about the longest axe throw and what was going on with the last part of that video. I'm really shocked. A few of you have sent me private messages about it, but I'm shocked no one said anything about it yet. Where's the God of War axe? My dad still has it. My dad still has it. I'm still waiting for him. He gets sidetracked really easily. Steve Wren, who knows my dad, who, if you guys know, Steve's always in the comment sections. Steve is bugging my dad about that axe. We're still waiting for it. It's been like 8 months. My parents live like 2 streets over. Yeah, I'm still waiting for it, Dad. No pressure, but everybody's asking about the Jormungandr axe that you got. I will say, guys, he has, I've seen it. He started on it, and he's got his detail in there. He just hasn't completely finished it yet. So I got to stay on top of Dad. He gets sidetracked really easily. But once he finishes it, I'll bring it back to you guys. That's why I have my Galahorn hanging right here. This is where the Jormungandr axe is supposed to be hanging, but I'm waiting for him to get back with me on that. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he gets back with me. He's going to be like, oh shit, he's calling me out on YouTube. I'm not trying to, Dad. Just when you get a chance, please. Everyone's waiting for it. Everybody wants to see your work. He does great work, guys. My dad is retired, so he kind of just goes back and forth from project to project. And I really love to get him locked down to show you guys his woodworking skills. I'm not just saying that. My dad has some incredible talent. He can take a piece of wood and just whittle it with a knife. People at work, where I work at, where he retired from, they know him for it. It's crazy what he can do with just a knife and a piece of wood. It's nuts. I don't have that talent when it comes to carving stuff. My 2-year-old would probably do better than me. She can probably make Play-Doh things better than I could carve. But he is very talented, and I really wish that he would show everybody his talent. He's one of those guys that's really good at stuff, and he just kind of keeps it to himself. I really wish he'd get out there and show people what he's capable of, because he's really good at it. He really is. So, but yeah, when I get that back, we'll see what we do with it. I should have thrown it. I told you guys in that video I was going to throw it, and now I'm a little worried about throwing it. Just because my dad, if he spends all that time on that knob, I don't want to break it. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do now. I should have thrown it before I gave it to him. Because I tell you what, if I threw that thing after he put all that time in that knob and I broke it, I'd be heartbroken. He'd probably just look at me and go, why the hell did you throw it? But I would definitely be heartbroken if I broke it. So, longest axe throw was a cool thing to see. I have a set of light double bit JXE JXOs I've been wanting to try for longer distance. Mr. Mann said that. You know, there is an axe, hatchet, I should say, that's all steel, that falls within the requirements of Guinness to be able to do the longest axe throw. That would be a hell of a lot lighter to throw than that World Axe Throwing League competition hawk. My elbow's a little messed up because it's not light. I mean, in theory, throwing at a single, double, triple rotation is pretty light. When you go back to 200 feet, if you guys ever try it, go try it. Or just try it at 100 feet. A 1 and 2 ounce hatchet starts to feel like a bowling ball thrown it at 200 feet. And my arm sure did feel it. But Ned Foss makes one that falls within the length requirements and is way lighter. I think it's like 11.9 inches long. I cannot remember the name of the hatchet. But I think I could throw that one pretty far. I think I could. So, we'll see. What do you EDC? Do we want to talk about that on here? That's another thing too. I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but there's a bunch of people on TikTok, which I got no problems with. I don't care what someone is, but for some reason people think I'm throwing axes because I'm a felon. Okay. It could be farthest from the truth. Depends. I change out from winter to summer. I usually I have a AXG, or is it AXG with the made by a company called SIG. We'll spell stuff so I don't get demonetized. And it's got a Leupold red thing on the top of it. It does have night sights, and they are optic compatible, so I can see my iron sights through my red thingy up top. It's pretty heavy, but it carries with an extended thingy at the bottom. I think I get like 20. Is it 21? With one in the pipe. I think I get 21. During the summer, I've been doing Walther. I've got a Walther, which is pretty cool, and another SIG, the 3 numbered one, the larger framed one. I didn't want to go with the SA. I think it's called the SAS. I didn't care for that one. That one's more of like, this one was like a point, and a point. Everyone loves it. I just kind of getting away from that type. But yeah, I'd like to have as many as I can in my ready to go. Which is why I like wintertime, because I can bring out a lot of stuff that I can't wear in the summer. A lot of different things. That's really cool. I do have, of course, I've got the Austrian ones, and I've got some German ones. I'm trying to remember everything. I'll be honest with you. I have, not toot my own horn, I've got so many that I forget sometimes ones that I have. My wife heard me the other day. I was going through my safe, and I was like, holy, I forgot about this one. And she was like, how do you forget? And I was like, what do you expect? I've got a lot of European stuff that goes here. And I'm really into European pew-pews. The ones with the banana clips, if you want to call them that. I'm trying to be, you guys know what I'm doing right now. I've got a bunch of those. Chinese, Russian, Polish, Hungarian. Got a lot of underfolders. With parts kits, but they're cool because they have their parts matching. So trunnion, bolt, a dust cover, all that, they're all parts matching, but they have American barrels. My brother actually builds them in his garage, and he's got some awesome ones. He's got some awesome ones with some Venom combination front sight gas blocks. And I have a couple Krebs and Rifle Dynamics, if you guys know who they are. I've got a couple of those. Some shorties and some 14.5-inch pen and welded muzzle brakes that will allow you to attach the quiet thing at the end of it. So yeah, I've got quite a few. I literally could make a YouTube channel just on that, and I would have content forever. But it's really hard to go up against people on YouTube in that department. Number one, because YouTube is going to silence me even more than they're silencing me now, because if you guys don't know, I'm totally shadow banned sometimes because of doing a lot of this. But also too, there's just people out there that are on YouTube right now that are way more knowledgeable about that stuff than I am. And I'd just rather do this. It's easier. I can do this in my backyard. I'd have to go somewhere to do that and, play that game. I'm not interested in playing that game because I know there's been a lot of people on YouTube and social media that are people that put that stuff out, and I'm not interested in having eyes on me, if you get what I'm saying. But Mr. Mance, I've been eyeballing some Ned Foss stuff. Yeah, guys, Ned Foss is pretty daggone decent. It is. I know it's Chinese, and a lot of people don't like Chinese stuff. I get it. I totally understand why some of you don't want to buy Chinese stuff. I'm not hating on you. Totally understand. But I'm going to I'm going to review axes that people ask me to review, or popular ones, or ones that I see a lot of people asking questions about. Or if a company just reaches out to me and says, Wes, we want you to review our axe, I'm going to review it. I don't care who it is. Somebody will get something out of my video. Somebody out there will, and that's the point of doing it. I'm not I'm not in love with one company or another. I do have my favorites, or my favorite companies, or my favorite brands, but that doesn't mean that they don't put out bad axes too, because they do. They do. And I'm always honest with you guys about that. But yeah, Ned Foss makes some pretty cool stuff. They do. If you're not gonna, go crazy with it, you should be fine with Ned Foss. I've chucked my Ned Foss stuff really hard at targets, and it seems to do pretty well. I did get some edge rollover on some of them. When I start throwing it at some of my targets, it's a little harder, but for the most part, they're pretty decent for the money. Do you EDC any blades? Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. The blades that I EDC aren't even worth talking about. They're cheap. They work. I think I've got a CRKT. I've got a Kershaw. The Kershaw one for the money's not bad. I actually use that to thin a lot of my axe handles with. That thing's held its edge pretty daggone well. I don't have a lot of experience with knives, so I don't feel confident in telling you about knife stuff. I'm just not very well versed in that, other than taking it out of my pocket to cut open a box that holds an axe in it. That's about what I use knives for, and it's not a whole heck of a lot. So you can go over to Danger RTG or RGT on TikTok. I actually been speaking to him. He's a really cool dude. He does some really cool knife throwing in the cans and stuff. Everybody thought when I made that video, when I was throwing my axe at cans, everybody thought I was talking about him. He got on my channel. He was like, "Are you talking about me?" I'll give him credit. He called me out. I was like, "Nah, dude." And we started talking, private messaging back and forth. And I was like, "Nah, dude." And I told him who it is. I'm not giving the two people, I'm not giving them any airtime. They know who they are, and they're gone. So it is what it is. Mr. Vance, I'm watching from Alberta. Have a good night, Wes. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you joining in on the chat. Like I said, we'll do these once a week if I can. I'm always going to try to do these, and hopefully, we'll have cooler things to talk about here and there. So, Long Rider said I have a double bit Ned Foss throwing axe, and it's decent. But if you order one, make sure it ships from the U.S. and not China. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that they shipped them from, I guess they have a U.S. distributor and a China distributor. That would make sense. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay, so Long Rider says if you get one, make sure you get one from the U.S. distributor. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. You probably have more experience than that, so I'm going to go with Long Rider. Check out Ned Foss if you get it from the U.S. I assume their QC is a little better. If I had to guess why he's saying that. And I can see that too, guys. Axes are a weird thing. I can order 10 Grand Force axes and they all be great. You could order 10 and 2 of them could be bad. That's just kind of how it goes. And as a reviewer, I make sure to say that a lot, because you just never know what you're going to get, right? You just don't. And I try to do the best I can, only getting samples of one sometimes. Sometimes I can't buy 2 axes that are $150. I need to go to another axe with that money. So, but maybe in the future, what I'd like to do in the future when I have the money to do it, to give you guys an idea, because I do take reviews seriously. I'd like to get one manufacturer with one axe, and I would like to buy 3 or 4 of them from 3 or 4 different places. Get them all in and compare all 3 or 4 of them. Look at the bit, look at the forgings, look at the hafting jobs. Compare all of them and give you guys an idea, and maybe we could do that once every few months on something that's not too expensive but is popular. Maybe like a Council Tool Flying Fox, up $70, $80 tops. and buy like 3 or 4 of them. And then that'll give you guys a better idea what you're looking at before you go out and buy yours. Hey, Wes ordered 3 or 4 of them. They're very consistent. And that's what I say about Gransforce is that Council Tool 2, from the most part, they're pretty consistent. We'll get ready to get out of here in the next few minutes. Does anybody have any other questions or interested in knowing anything? As we go, I'll probably be a little bit better prepared for these lives. I'm still trying to figure them out and trying to give you guys information that you would be interested in watching. It's really hard to come up with stuff all the time to figure out what to present to you because I'm just going through so much stuff so fast that I try to make sure I stay on it enough to give you good information. As of late, when I've ordered stuff that has come from Asia, it gets hung up in customs for up to a week and can get lost. Thank the guy in the White House for that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I did have something. I ordered something from Canada about 1.5 years ago on this channel, and it got hung up in customs. And it took me a while to get it, and I don't remember what it was now. But yeah, I had that same issue with Canada. We'd like to see a Flying Fox modded axe. Yeah, guys, we got the Flying Fox still. I'm actually going to use the Council Tool puck on the Council Tool Flying Fox that I got. It's pretty dull. It's not too dull, but it's pretty dull. I might even take the bit and drag it across concrete before we start it, just to spice it up a little bit. Kind of bang it on some concrete, maybe hit some bricks with it. Not too bad, just to start with a crazy bit and see how well it does with that sharpening puck. I think that'd be kind of fun. So, do some crazy stuff. All right, we'll get out of here in the next couple minutes. Anybody got any other questions? I'm trying to think of anything else to tell you guys. I'm hoping that next week I can bring you guys a really cool... I'm probably going to go with the Iroquois axe next week. I'm going to try to throw the Iroquois axe next week and see how my arm likes it. Also, too, we have the penetration test coming up with the Rango tools. If you guys don't know, remember the Wrangler tools, titanium tomahawk? Talked to the owner. He had to change his name from Wrangler to Rango. I had to go back and change the name of the axe in the title description. He got hit from Wrangler jeans. Yeah, they tried to copyright him, so he had to change it to Rango. W-R-A-N-G-O now. So we have we have 2 of those, and I'm gonna give you guys one of those as a free giveaway. The titanium tomahawk. We're gonna do a free giveaway on one of those. I want to keep the other one because I told him I'd keep one to keep testing, because he's interested in knowing what I find with that axe as far as bit quality and, you know, using it as a throwing axe. And if the thinner cheeks work better, which I told him I thought they would. And yeah, see you later, Long Rider. Thanks for hanging out, man. So we got that coming up too. And we'll just keep trucking along here. I'm hoping to do a dynamic entry. We'll get into the woods next week for the Iroquois axe. It's going to be fun. Put some music to the video. Go outside, throw crazy. And hopefully that thing works out. I think it will. It feels pretty good in the hand. So thanks, Apex Predator and Robert. And everybody else that entered into the giveaways, like I told you guys, they are for real. So get into the giveaways before they are gone. I'm going to put my giveaways on Patreon whenever I start it. I'm going to start a Patreon and I'm going to put my axe giveaways on there. But we'll still do giveaways on YouTube. Just different things. So family's walking in the door. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate everybody that showed up. I'm going to do a live once a week. So look at your notifications. If you don't, go into the description of my video or onto my website or onto my page, I should say. Click the notification bell and we'll do some cool stuff on lives. I'm coming up with ideas. We'll see how it goes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all the support. And like always, it's always for the love of the axe. But until next time, see ya. This is the awkward part where I can't stop it. I have to walk around, so see you guys. Have a good night.